Riddle.
Alright, everybody. Huh. Welcoming you all to the pre-hype for Season 12 of Sea of Thieves, because the trailer just dropped and it looks awesome!
Seen any Krakens lately?
Let me just resupply the ship. I cannot wait for next week. I mean, some people on PS5 are already able to play it. I think the server was down for like a few hours yesterday or something like that, maybe a couple days ago.
Yeah, they did put it out early there because it would be kind of redundant to just have a couple days of Season 11 for those early access players, and then Season 12, so they just put it out a little early there.
I thought it was like a premium edition thingy on PS5.
Yeah, it is. It was a, it's like for the early access of the game.
Yep, that makes sense.
So for those players, the reason they put Season 12 out early there is just because those players would just get a few days of Season 11.
For those of you who just joined the stream, we are going to talk about all of the crazy news for Season 12. The fact that the Steam Deck rocks. I am so excited to talk about that. And all sorts of other gaming news, so stay tuned. Anyway, let's see. I have 28 attachments of notes. Well, okay, so, which part of the trailer for Season 12 is your favorite? Because I think it's the harpoon ziplining and walking.
Yeah, just the mobility, yeah. The zip lines across the island and the potential with the harpoon tightrope walking stuff.
The harpoon is already my favorite tool in Sea of Thieves because, well, oh, that's a little weird to be diving while on the harpoon, but hey. Thank you for joining the stream, all you wonderful people. Let's go with the hype for Season 12. Yay! Anyway, so the harpoon's already one of my favorite tools in the entire game because of its ability to grab treasure and damage enemies, but being able to grab onto a ship's main mast and walk on it? That feels like something out of an Errol Flynn movie. Yeah. I am so freaking excited for that. Alright, let's see. Oh! Alright, let's emerge into a new dawn for this game. KS5, let's go! Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're doing the riddle first. Strap in for that.
Oh boy, well... Devil's
Ridge. Silent pretty well though, so...
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. And then,
coming in hot. Hold on.
The next one is the map at Crook's Hollow. And then, next one is Skulls at Thieves Haven, which that could take a minute. But if what we could do is Devil's Ridge first, obviously, since we're already here. Then Thieves Haven, then Crook's Hollow, then Ancient Spire. I mean, if these take too long to accept new stages of a quest.
Oh, there's a bunch of loot just sitting on the shore. Well, there's a ton of loot. What the heck? I feel like this is a trap. Somehow.
No. What? Okay, seriously, what?
Okay, well, man the harpoons, I guess.
Yeah, well, I got tempted and went overboard.
There's also a mermaid statue sitting there. What is going on with this?
I love it, though.
I'm tempted to, like, get up... Let me just make sure there's no other ships around, because this feels like a trap. Why is there all this loot? I've never seen... And it's so, like...
Right there!
Like, arranged in such a weird way that it doesn't usually spawn like that. Is this just, like... weird?
Oh, crap! Crap, crap, crap! I didn't realize it was a...
hold on, hold on.
Yeah, I didn't realize it would explode!
Let's grab some...
I got water, don't worry.
Water,
just...
me too.
Well, be careful what you wish for sometimes. Oh, man, okay. Well, this is already turning out to be one of my favorite Sea of Thieves situations because of the what the heck is going on.
Alright, well, let's put that chest of rage back for now. Get it?
Yes, good idea.
I'll just put it right there.
I just was grabbing chests blindly and did not know.
No, I get it. Yeah. You're just harpooning things.
Right.
Chest openable. Someone must have just left this here for us to take.
Or they, like, logged off. Or something.
Well, no, but they wouldn't arrange the treasure looking like this. You know what I mean? Like
Maybe they thought it would be for a new PS5 player.
Yeah, that could be. But like the fact that that Ashen chest already had been opened with a key, the one that I just opened.
I'm just nailing my harpoons today. Like, seriously, the harpoon is the hero of Sea of Thieves right now. You're gonna become really important, little buddy. You and me, we're going places. I'm gonna fucking board enemy ships all live long day, and you're gonna be annoyed with me about that.
So just, yeah, leave the chest of rage here.
Yeah. No, you don't have to tell me twice about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snipe
back here.
this mermaid statue as well.
Okay, here I can go help with that.
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
I can probably smash it myself.
Right here, I'll just...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Faster.
That is true. Okay, so...
I don't think the harpoon's gonna do much good.
It's my harpoon hero day. Let me have this. Okay. Yeah, this is already starting off strangely before we even get to the news. Cause like, if you had told me a year ago that Sea of Thieves was going to be on PS5 and that this was going to be like the start of a rebirth of the entire sandbox, like what the heck? I would have been very confused as to why. Because under the old logic of exclusives, Sea of Thieves on PS5 does not make sense. As Sea of Thieves was apparently one of the jealousy-inducing exclusives that we had. The few that we had. And, as evidenced by the PS5 pre-order numbers, there was a lot of jealousy. So there was definitely a lot of opportunity for money to be made here, and I don't begrudge anyone anything. Oh! Is that supposed to be a prowler? Like, it looks like it's on fire.
Oh, the Ashen? No. That's the flamethrower skull. So I don't.
Oh, okay. Thank you for joining the stream, Caladom, and a couple other people, by the way. Appreciate everybody who's hyped for Sea of Thieves. Let's pick up ammo pouch.
Work on this riddle. Alright, the Cage Explorer waits inside the earth.
So you can't see this yet, but
oh, there's more stuff over here. By the way.
It's a picture of three. The thumbnail for this stream is a picture of three Sea of Thieves characters, one with the PS5 console on it, and it's like, thank you, Xbox! Finally! And, then, Steam Deck is like, my poor SSD! I'll get to that in a minute. And then, Xbox is like, you're very welcome! Hehehe, fresh meat. But, like, one of the things that struck me about the update video was just how grateful the community manager guy who was on there with the tattoos, what was his name? But anyway.
Manager guy. What's his name? Drew?
Something like that. Probably. Yeah, I think that sounds like right.
He's usually in a lot of videos, so that's probably...
I don't really watch a lot of update videos, so that's my problem. But he's a cool guy, and he said, like, thank you to everyone who's showing PS5 players the ropes in in Discord or on the subreddit or wherever. Let me see, what is the coolest... Heh, you know what? Coolest pun. I have to take it. And then like a ghostly sword or something. Because I've had the Sea of Sands cutlass forever, and it's pretty cool, but I gotta change it up every now and again. There's like a really cool plunder pass coming. I might just buy it outright. Though, oh, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Oh my gosh. A storage crate. What even is this bounty?
I know.
And oh, I found a ritual skull. What?
Nice.
And what else is here? Oh man. So, another weapon, or another addition to the sandbox that I think is interesting is the double pistol weapon. Because it is really cool. Like, being able to charge your shots for more damage, or do one or the other, keeps your enemy guessing. a bit, which could knock some sword wielders off balance a bit more than usual, since they are a bit more familiar with, say, the blunderbuss and its pattern of fire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's just a really cool idea in general.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if they were inspired, because there's a shotgun in the newer Gears games that's a similar concept where you can either, shoot one bullet or shoot both two at the same time for
Oh
more
yeah,
power.
I
wonder.
I did not remember that, but
Yeah.
that's interesting.
That's the first thing that came to mind when I saw that.
I mean, I'm sure all these studio heads are friends, or at least they work together well. So it's not out of the question. And I feel like the coalition would be game for that kind of inspiration.
Yeah, it just is a very similar concept. I'm trying to remember the name of that shotgun.
I mean, they definitely collaborated at one point for the skins, right? So
yeah. It was the Overkill. The Overkill in Gears 4 and 5, I think.
Ah, well, it has been a minute since I've played Gears 4 and 5. Oh, man, I might... Oh boy! We've got our crying chest. I will just put that in the water, obviously, because I don't want to cry. I don't want that crying on our ship, but we've already found quite a bit of strange treasure tonight. So...
Right area, maybe not.
There's been a lot of interesting stuff happening this week, aside from this, though. Like me getting a Steam Deck! I'm so happy!
Congrats.
$350 for 512 refurbished. And honestly, other than a few weird crashes to a Linux, like, install verifier or whatever, I have had not very many problems with the Steam Deck itself. The hardware is immaculately designed. Like, it looks like it's supposed to be a heavy beast, but, well, the weight is all on the handles, and it feels really good. Like,
yeah,
and
I've held one once, so I do know a little bit. I did, get a feel for it a little bit.
Well, then you also know that the vent system is interesting, too. Because, like, wow, quite a few cool people on the stream. Anyway, though, eventually, since TikTok has been banned by the government, I'm gonna try to move to YouTube streaming and OBS. Because it seems like TikTok Live Studio is a bad ripoff of OBS, in all honesty. It has so many problems. It like, constantly refuses to show my thumbnail if I pick a game, and it just says auto-screenshot, even though it isn't auto-screenshot, which makes no sense. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but anyway. So, then you also know that the heat is very much in the center, and sometimes if you accidentally put it on your leg, it gets, like, a little bit stainy. But, other than that, and smelling the vents one time, because, like, everybody else has, and I just wanted to try it once. It smelled fine. It smelled like vent fumes. I don't really know why people inhale deeply of that sort of thing. That seems dangerous. But, I will say, the other thing about the hardware is just, if you hadn't told me it was refurbished, I wouldn't have, I would have believed it was new, because I didn't see any defects. They did a really great job of refurbishing it. The one thing, of course, I will say is that the storage is kind of deceptive, because a lot of times, when you're downloading a lot of things at the same time, the game updates have their own like, install space for some reason. Steam's download system has always been a little bit confusing to me, to be perfectly honest with you. But, thankfully, the experience of shopping was not. Especially after I, got quite a few games. Sea of Thieves, Steam Edition. I'm super psyched for that, because it actually comes with an audiobook. So I could see myself downloading that and listening on a solo voyage. I think that's the part of the intent. Though I tried to put Spotify in gaming mode, and it just launches as its own app and doesn't play in the background in gaming mode, so I have to go to the Linux desktop. But actually, that's another thing, is the Linux desktop is actually awesome. Like, it doesn't feel like it has the Windows bloatware. It just feels like it works. Which I wouldn't have said about Linux, because I never owned a Linux device, and the last time I ever interacted with Linux was a funky tablet on an airplane that crashed because it got hot. That was supposed to play a movie. But, I will say, some of the UI stuff is confusing. Like, to get to control, a lot of the reason why some PC games are called playable is because they refuse to show controller prompts. And so I have to constantly check the UI for the controller stuff, and I'm tweaking, and for a lot of the older ones, I'm tweaking layouts. But thankfully, the community has done a lot of legwork on this, and the layouts, they work for the most part. There's sometimes even the official layouts where, like, certain buttons are just not remembered at all. Because they probably just wanted to make it work, and then if people really wanted to get into the nitty-gritty, they can assign any key that they want. And then, of course, you can also pair a keyboard and mouse, but I don't really see the need for that. Cage Explorer waits inside the earth, so play it best, improve your worth. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought I knew where this one was, and I've been looking through the cave system.
Well, okay, so
coming up short so far.
Again, the UI for the shop is very well laid out, which is kind of dangerous for me. But I did trade in the physical games I wasn't playing anymore, in order to get Steam cards, which I never thought I would say, but the Steam Deck's so much fun that I could see this being a really well-used portable gaming system. Because, like, I have more games on Nintendo Switch, but first of all, for the same price, I get a pitiful 64 gigabytes, and then have to buy a bunch of accessories to make the experience playable, for groups of people, and, you know, the games are gonna have an artificially high price, whereas Steam has sales all the time. And I'm figuring out how to do Heroic Game Launcher so I can install GOG and Epic Games. Many times I've got him for free in the Linux environment. And then add them to gaming mode as non-Steam games like you would normally do. So that's cool. And then I'll get a 1 terabyte micro SD card, which is coming soon. Probably delivered tomorrow, according to Amazon. I tried using my 1 terabyte card that I got for $20, but I think that's for slower devices like my Kindle, because it didn't work at all.
Yeah, 1 terabyte for $20 probably doesn't have a good read-write speed.
Not for the Steam Deck, anyway.
Not enough to run stuff on a Steam Deck.
So I had to go to the big boys SanDisk for $90. Ouch. But you know what? I paid for this with my tax refund, so I'm not very concerned.
And especially considering just a couple of years ago, those 1 terabyte cards were more like $150 to $200. Like, the prices on those have gone down quite a bit. So,
well, yeah, that's very helpful.
Really not so bad. Yeah.
I'm just trying to...
I found the right spot.
Okay, I'll just follow you then, because I was trying to figure out an entrance. But it's been a minute since I've done a riddle. Oh,
yeah, some of the cave entrances on this island are tricky, because some of them are hidden by foliage and stuff. Alright, only the Monstrous Sea Legend.
So...
where's that? I don't remember.
I have tried out quite a few games. Ravenous Devils runs perfectly, very addicting game. I'm probably going to be even more addicted to it now that I can take it anywhere, because, like, before, I would generally reserve it for when I had a podcast going on my Xbox. But the flexibility of the control options, touch and trackpad and controller stuff, makes it more flexible, which is important because you really need to act fast to avoid being caught by the cop in this game, murdering people in your tailor shop and then tossing their bodies down into the cellar to turn into burgers and sausage and steaks to keep up with the increasing demand for more and more complex and tasty dishes. Because if you thought the vegetables were clean, well, people get put in the fertilizer upstairs. I love this game. It's just so, like, humorous. And even despite the eventually repetitive gameplay, I still have a lot of fun with it because it's muscle memory by now. It's part of it. I'm really excited for the wind horn that will minimize fall damage. And apparently can be sold when empty. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks really cool.
I am so lost, my friend. I need to figure out where the cave system is and try to help you with the next part.
Yeah, come where I am right now, because there's one of the entrances here.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the thing I'm looking for is in the caves. I'm pretty sure it's one of the cave paintings of, like, a kraken or something. But I'm having trouble finding it.
Uh-huh. Okay, then. Yeah, I see. Well, that's very hidden by foliage, so it's kind of annoying. Okay,
Yeah,
so we're looking...
look out on the walls for a painting of a kraken. I think that's what I'm looking for.
I'm seeing, like, a bunch of stars, but I don't see a kraken.
Okay. I'm almost certain it's in this cave system somewhere.
I'm seeing, like, very cool patterns from the mushrooms, but that's no dice. So this tunnel system where I'm in is not any good. I guess I'll descend deeper where you are. Let's see, kraken painting on the walls. I know there's a kraken painting on this island, but I thought it was on an outer rock. But then again, I don't really keep a
I'm pretty
database
sure
of this thing.
I've had this clue quite a few times. I'm pretty sure it's in this cave system. I know I've gone looking for it for a while before.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I can
Not
see
over
that.
Here.
Okay, no, that's a skull of a
certain it's in here.
boar-like creature. But I really put it through its. I really put the Steam Deck through its paces when.
Oh wait! Oh, I found it! I found it.
Okay, phew.
Okay.
So now.
Let's see.
7 paces north by northeast. Okay. So for those who don't know, what Kevin is doing is using the compass, holding the left trigger on it, I think, and then or like holding the right trigger on the compass, and then
yeah, the right trigger, yeah.
And then your controller will rumble, and it'll tell you your paces. Each rumble is a pace. Keep that in mind, and you'll be golden, literally, as we are about to right now. It's just been a minute since we've done a riddle with that kind of thing in it.
Oops. Okay.
Oh, we're so rolling in it.
Grade 2. We still have the other 2 quests to do, so I guess we can head off to those.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't even know where the ship is.
I know. I am getting really
I was in
turned
that
around
cave system for
here.
so long, and I'm not sure which entrance. Oh, I think it's over. Is it this way? Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay, well, I took a bit of fall damage to bring it to there faster, but I can't wait for the zip lines on the islands. That's gonna be so cool!
Okay.
And again, it'll feel like you're,
there's more
like
stuff
there's
here.
a bit of... What is happening?
There's a ritual skull that I didn't see before.
Well, I think I pointed it out before, but then again, you weren't there to see it, so... But yeah, it's so cool looking. And we have it. And it's just... For those of you who weren't here before, we got a bunch of treasure on this island just as we parked. It just was, like, right there, not even buried. And we were worried there would be other player ships, but it turned out not to be the case. Which... It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen
I've never
here.
seen treasure just sitting there like that, in that quantity. Like,
Nope.
either we just got really lucky with it spawning us a bunch of free treasure, or someone did just kind of scatter it about for us.
Yeah,
I think
that makes
someone
sense.
scattered it because the ashen chest was open.
Oh,
And
okay, so...
a player would have had to do that.
And they did for some reason. Again, one of our speculations is that maybe it was a gesture to the people who are getting it early on PS5 due to pre-ordering the premium edition, which we just called the edition of the game, um, back when the game launched in 2018. So, like, enjoy the new game that is launched, because it basically is, for one thing, and for another thing, it.
You know what? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel like dealing with the cursed chests right now. Let's just move on. They don't even sell for that much.
Oh, well.
Unless you want to babysit.
They're already on. You know what? I'm fine with babysitting, at least as long as it's on the main deck. Where are they?
We just left them out here.
Okay, well. I mean, that was the whole point, was finding the Legend of the Cursed Chest thing. I mean, I can see the argument against that, but you know what? I will... How about this? Yeah, I will keep that by... I will keep this by the captain's thing, because, well, it doesn't take long for me to do that, and then I can be flexible as needed, just in case. I'll have my bucket filled, 1 second, and I'm pre-filling the water barrel, which is always a good idea, because it costs you nothing but a few pulls of your right trigger. Oh hey, Elaine figurine!
Oh yeah, I redecorated a little bit.
Cool.
Oh wait,
well,
this is your ship.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because I put the Monkey Island stuff on my ship.
I was about to say.
I played. Because I played briefly the other day.
Well, I mean, you could have done redecorating. You could have put that Elaine figurine. I don't remember doing that, but then again, that's the kind of tiny thing you don't remember. What I'm excited about is having an owl as a pet. Because, like, cats and dogs are cool. But owls. Like, owls have been having a moment on social media. Because, like, everybody's realizing how cute owls are, and it makes us want to save the owls. I'm all for that, by the way. Even if, like, they're actually ruthless murderers of the entire forest. There's a proposal to kill a bunch of owls to save a different kind of owl. It's... I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but, well, more owl awareness is good, and I am for it. I am very much for it. Anyway. So, before we got into a bunch of craziness with all this loot, I put the Steam Deck through its paces because I was kicked out of the apartment for 6 hours.
That's not so bad.
I mean, not so bad. It's just that
it would be worse if it was like days and days.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's because of an exterminator, which I didn't prefer. But you know what? I realized to my horror that I hadn't brought a USB charger, and guess what? The Steam Deck and my iPhone 15 both performed fine, and didn't need a charge until I got home anyway. So that is fine by me. That meant I'm using less power, at least. But you know what happened that was funny?
What?
When I opened my carrying case to show the GameStop person the Steam Deck, because he was like, cool. The Steam Deck had turned itself on and had been playing Bejeweled 3 without my knowledge.
Oh, wow.
I think my Steam Deck became self-aware and was like, I'm bored, I want to play games already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past it. Steam and Valve has made me empathize with robots before. It like makes all these cool little noises that are very crucial to feedback. Like knowing that you're going back out of a menu is its own sound. Knowing that you're going into your library is its own sound. That really enhances the entire experience of the Steam Deck. Because, like, then you feel connected to it somehow? Like, it's a fun toy, at least. If not having a kind of life of its own, or a personality of its own, with the animations and stuff. I mean, the Steam Deck has proven that there is an opportunity to compete with Nintendo. You just have to bring the games. The thing is that there's a lot of compromises that are going to happen when you are running games that were never designed for a controller. Singularity played fine. It plays decent. It is a linear shooter from the Call of Duty era, but mixed with Bioshock light elements, which is really cool because I think that combination hasn't really been tried before. And I think the closest comparison I can make is to Fear 3, which is horror action, not survival horror. So speaking of which, I tried to play Nightmare of Decay on this thing. It's an indie horror shooter that a lot of people like, and that is supposed to evoke Resident Evil. The thing is, the enemies are incredibly fast. Specifically the two enemies that I encountered. Because, like, okay, well, that green one was easy. There we go. Already, we're getting even more loot. Lol.
Yeah.
But, like, for some shooters, the trackpad is way too sensitive. And it feels like I'm spinning a ball. I mean, it has haptics under it, which is very interesting. It feels like there's resistance for some reason, even if you're just lightly pressing it. I don't know how they did that. Again, it's not quite suited to some games. But you know what, like, there's tweakability for sure. Like, like... But it's not too granular, which is what I was kind of worried about. When I think about a PC handheld, I remember the endless headaches with launchers for the Ambernic Win600 and the arbitrarily slow download speeds. Oh yeah, that's a good point. We absolutely had to. Wait, did we put the Cursed Chest of Flames up on the beach as well? I think I gotta find it.
Yeah, I took them both off because they were about to.
Right, I just can't find the other one.
Ship, so I didn't realize it was still on the ship.
Okay, anyway.
Oh god, and it almost exploded.
But yeah, there's like two dogs, and they're really fast, and they double back up on you quickly, and you die! And you die, and you die, and you die. I don't know. I was able to play a bot match of Counter-Strike 2 okay. But I just gave up because I was like, you know what, in the portable format that this thing is supposed to be for, I probably would not do very well for a very long time with Counter-Strike 2. And so I don't even want to try because that just seems like too much of a time investment when I have a lot of irons in the fire lately. When I play video games, I just want to play video games at this point. But I haven't been this excited about playing video games since a very long time. I mean, like, some of it was revisiting older games that I really enjoyed from way back when, like Killing Floor Original, which actually, I thought that was going to be a UI nightmare, but actually it worked okay. I mean, I didn't do very well, but that's to be expected when you've returned to a game anyway, so... And again, if I really want to, I can just connect a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, which, you know what, for this game, my muscle memory is in keyboard and mouse, because that's what I played it on, a MacBook that could barely run anything else. It played Killing Floor, and I played a lot of Killing Floor. That is a very solid 2009 co-op shooter from Tripwire Interactive, who are now just a sold-off piece of a giant conglomerate. Really? Like, I'm fucking annoyed with Embracer. I really am. It's leading me to a thesis that I have about the entire game industry. I mean, maybe this isn't really new, because there's a lot of warning signs. But doesn't it feel like... But doesn't it feel like the game industry is obsessed with line goes up forever? Like,
oh, it kind of always has been, but I feel like, yeah, it feels like the scale of it has gone up. I think.
The scale of people's ambitions to do the most for no reason
Yeah.
And
Like
then
Embracer just saw the money and said, let's buy up all these studios.
oh,
And then
nice.
clearly just had no real game plan with them.
I
Past
thought that
that.
the idea was just to let them, to leave them alone and do what they want, but Embracer had no marketing skills aside from the units that they absorbed who had some decent marketing skills before they were absorbed, like Gearbox. The thing is that the demands to make everything bigger and live servicier applied to Borderlands 3, and the writing of that was rushed, and the community felt betrayed. It doesn't take a lot to lose a fan base's trust. Especially when you're sabotaging yourself at a medieval times. But then there's companies who we want to give the benefit of the doubt because then we would get good games from their catalog finally. But then they go and cancel Dead Space 2 remake. Like, are you actually shitting me?
That just feels in the same line as, like, for example, when Activision had the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake, where it's like, oh, this is such a good remake, such a great, well done thing, and we're just going to continue to not do anything with it afterwards. It didn't perform quite to our standards, so back to live service we go.
You would think that Microsoft would do something, but it seems like they're cutting risk at this point, and so things will probably take a long time to fruit, if forever. A lot of the promise of what Microsoft was doing was that they were going to bring back old franchises, and clearly they have not. At least not at the scale that they hoped for, I think, when they thought that they could get infinite free money from low interest rates forever. And when they thought that swallowing Activision wouldn't be a legal headache. And a financial headache at a time when they would have higher interest rate costs for borrowing. But a couple of impulsive purchases that were approved does not a broken company make, especially when we're $3 trillion, but Satya Nadella says line must go up, and so I lose the trust of him. Like, seriously, I don't like him anymore. He just seems like he's obsessed with being the person to win AI by doing nothing. Just basically buying OpenAI.
Something killed me.
Oh no! I shall get you.
I have no idea. There was no explosion or anything. I just got this.
I'm reviving you! I'm reviving you! Don't go to the next lane! Ah,
right.
That was close. Oh, phew. All right.
Oh, it's a trap. I forgot there's traps here now.
Oh,
okay,
crap.
That explains it.
Or maybe,
totally
trap.
About that.
Okay, well, I still had a couple blunder bombs. That helped. Oh!
Trap actually works too, so.
Wait,
that helps.
How do you activate that?
I think you just walk.
Oh, that's
walk
it.
There. Yeah, there's a pressure plate here.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a pretty good place to engage then, actually.
So let me try to bait them over here if there's more.
Okay,
Where
yeah, come here.
Here they come. Oh, that's fine. As long as you got them too.
Okay, well, I'll get you. Now we know. Now we know. I just hope they don't shoot me again. Ah! Okay. I gotta eat a fish or I'm gonna die.
Okay. I also need to eat something for that.
I will give you a fish. Normally, or wait, I'll give you a snake. Actually, it's raw. But at least it's something.
Never mind. Well, alright.
Go back to the ship and cook, yeah, man. You need to regain your health. Oh, wait a minute. I have an ammo pouch now. And I think I can hold them off by myself, especially with the trap.
Alright.
Another ammo pouch, Okay, there is one coconut in the crate that I can give you as well.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
Well,
I might need that.
From here.
I'll
be back in a minute.
That skeleton wasn't quite in range of the trap. I'm just gonna do it again. How did he... Like, I saw it. It missed somehow. There we go. Okay, that worked. Oh yeah, this is super easy. I'm just gonna grab a coconut from my own health. Empty, empty, empty. Wait, hang on. Okay. Alright. Oh, more ammo. Cool. Anyway. At least I can experience the original Dead Space 2 on my Steam Deck. There's that. I guess. It's fine. I'm dead. I'm just gonna offer my soul since you're too far away.
Ship.
Yeah, exactly. So. Besides, I probably needed to load up on food and ammo anyway. So. No flame for that? I got killed by a bunch of skeletons. Come on, game.
For that.
Cannot take flame from Well of Fates. Darn. Hey, at least we have a milestone class 12 and trips to the Ferry of the Damned. So there's that.
I don't know if that's something to be too proud of, but yeah.
Well, everybody gets there eventually. It's just a matter of when. Not if. Like, you know, don't be embarrassed when you die. A lot of times in the PvE, it's just gonna happen because any number of reasons. We are a little bit low on throwables, so I'm hoping that we can find some more. But those tend to be secondary. Though I am so excited for throwing knives.
I know. Yeah, I like the concept of, you know, having ammo and being able to retrieve them.
It makes someone who's a bit better at melee, but still wants to do some ranged. That's like a place for them. And being able to retrieve an enemy throwing knives makes for cool cutscenes, basically. like just like amazing attempts at daring do with throwing knives that feel like an action movie. That's gonna be what people are gonna like about this thing. Hang on. Okay. I just used a pulley to come up again.
Okay.
Alright, I'm flanking them. Oh! This ought to be good. Well, I'm setting them on fire, which does decent damage. Okay, well, that was pretty good. Okay, you're toast pretty soon, because I have 3 bullets left, and you have infinite, but... Oh, not anymore. You're done. And I picked up an ammo pouch from your corpse. How convenient. Alright, well. Prepare to meet your maker. Okay, then. You know, the nice thing about having Sea of Thieves on Steam, I think, on Steam Deck, is that despite the fact that it takes up a fifth of my hard drive, my SSD, my internal storage, whatever you want to call it, I am thankful that it'll allow me to stream Sea of Thieves more often, I think, because I can do it from most anywhere. So, like, that's one benefit, and, like, this also enables me to use this as an xCloud portable to, play Xbox games that don't work on it. Like, apparently... Oh, lantern needed. There, that ought to take care of you in a few swipes. Awesome.
All right. Once you're back, we can ship off to our last island.
This actually has been going faster than I thought.
Yeah, sometimes these take a bit, especially the riddles.
But you're better at the riddles than me, so
yeah, luckily
that seems to have worked in our favor. Alright, back to the cursed chests. I'm sorry, I'm subjecting you to this.
Sorry. So anyway. Our last island is... This is hollow, I think? Let me double check.
Yeah. That should work. Then we'll sell and that'll get us to 11. But, like, there's so much to talk about still. Like, the ridiculous greed of selling $80 microtransactions for anything. Like, what is a microtransaction anymore if everybody's just buying giant season passes and shit, you know? Well, I'll get that. Hang on.
Yep.
Alright. Bailing water overboard. Anyway. Let's see. I mean, one idea could be a blockchain handheld. What the actual heck is that? Like, I don't even know what that would be.
I don't even know what you're talking about, thankfully.
It
That
costs
sounds like a
five.
nightmare.
It apparently has a. It pays for games with the crypto wallet, and it'll cost $500.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Stop trying to make fetch a thing.
Yeah.
Seriously, crypto is it's not worthless. It's worth a lot more now, but it's destroying the environment, and I am so sick of it. It just feels like one of those artificial bubbles, like the tulip bubble, based on us. I mean, tulips were at least worth a ship. One tulip was worth a giant ship. It was a ridiculous speculation in the Netherlands in the Renaissance period, and early colonization. It just like, Anyway, let's see. But like, then the fact that the Jabba the Hutt mission is locked behind the season pass to try to force people to get the season pass because
Yeah,
they
I
just
saw
want
that.
to.
I mean, that's not like I understand the outrage over it, but like games have done that stuff before.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's just because it's an IP thing and it seems like it might. But my feeling with those like additional content things that they lock behind deluxe editions is I feel like they're almost never worth it, like on their own.
Yeah.
So whatever mission that this Job at the Hut thing is, it's probably not something that is going to be, essential to your experience. So
Yeah, no. The thing is, though, that a lot of people will feel it's essential because Star Wars. That's what they're hoping.
yeah, I get that, but on that front, I would just say like wait and see till the game's out and see what people say about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you are
mean,
that concerned about it, then there are ways for you to be informed about it before just making a blind random purchase. And
Yeah.
I feel like at some point that's kind of on you if you want to do that or not.
Well, I think what they'll end up doing to try and win back trust, because people are angry at Ubisoft for a lot of reasons right now, is give out a bunch of $1 trials to Ubisoft Plus to try to get anyone to not churn from Ubisoft Plus, because like the churn is insane. It has to be. Like there's no consistent stream of quality games anymore from Ubisoft. It's just their old catalog that everybody has already. Because they gave away the farm. I'm sorry, you don't build a subscription service on old games. You build a subscription service on new games. Which is what Microsoft's hoping for their year. Because, like, I'm gonna be really psyched, actually, to take Hellblade on the Steam Deck. I think it should be possible. They generally
I feel like that
lower that, but
yeah, I feel like that's one where I'm sure it'll be possible. I don't know what kind of performance you're going to get out of it.
well, if nothing else, there's always
advantage.
xCloud or local remote play because that should perform decently. But well, I'm just excited for that game. Period. Because like, here's the thing. Helldivers 2 is not technically a true exclusive. And neither is Frostpunk 2. It's coming to Xbox later. But I'm such a huge fan of Frostpunk that I want to play Frostpunk 2 early with the deluxe edition because it contains an art book and like a book, I think. Yeah, I'd have to double check, but I think that is the case. And actually, I'm just so curious right now. Hang on. What did I get with the deluxe edition? Which, yeah, but like, Frostpunk has earned that money. And all games. Let's see. Frostpunk 2 is coming. It's listed as coming soon, so there is no knowledge of its deck performance. But if nothing else, I hope that they can manage to do GeForce Now support, because that would be really great, I think. Either way, like, and then again, it is coming to Xbox and it's gonna be on Game Pass. And I mean, I guess I could have downloaded it on Game Pass, but like the deluxe edition was calling my name, and so were my gift cards. I wish I had managed to get this in time for the beta to try and test out how its performance is on Steam Deck, but let's see, store page. The deluxe edition comes to let's see. Play story mode 72 hours before release, because, like, that's the main point of the game. Of course I'm gonna do that for a quality story mode that will have dark writing, twists and turns, unpredictable, weather, social factions, an entire government system. Do you see how this, like, immediately piques my interest? This is what you do to market a game, is you make quality features, and then you market them. You just let them speak for themselves. The game will speak for itself. And it sold me on a Steam Deck, because even though it's not an exclusive, I did not see the point of waiting for the console version, because this game is going to be really good. And I can take it anywhere. Yeah?
Yeah, since you're still on the chip, do you mind, did you take the first chest off?
Oh, right, duh. I just got into a routine of, holding the chest at bay myself while I was deep in thought. Autistic people in our ruts, our mental ruts that can sometimes take a bit to clear. Oh, it comes with a Warm Flesh novella. That's pretty good, because, like, a pretty decent novella could probably run me, like, $10 on the Kindle store. So that's a consideration there. The base game is $44.99, which is a bit of an increase from $29.99, but I think the added features justify the price. So that's like $54.99, and then another $20 is the digital art book and soundtrack, which are both going to be excellent, and I absolutely love the soundtrack of Frostpunk 2. Or of Frostpunk 1, but, like, I'm gonna love the one for Frostpunk 2 as well. So, a soundtrack would probably be another $10. You see where I'm going with this? Then basically the value adds to itself, because people want to buy it. Not, oh, we're gonna hold this game, the already done game, hostage for 3 days. It's like, we really appreciate you, fans. There are people who have started entire Discord servers just based on Frostpunk, because that is the depth of the lore, of the lore here. That is the depth of, like, the conflicts and the societies. The DLCs were not the most fun for me, because they just seemed like they had very tight, arbitrary requirements, whereas I liked having flexible survival options in the main game. And easy mode actually being easy. But then, when I wanted to just have Zen mode building, to just build out a world and see what it would look like and write about it, in the robots overthrowing people because, like, this mad scientist created them with minds and is abusing them. Frostpunk is dark and twisted, so I had to be too. But, like, this world lends itself to so much, and I want to play more of it. It's going to be one of the best games of 2024 if no one stops it. But you know what? Again, Helldivers 2 is not a true exclusive. It's on PS5, but if I wanted to get another PS5, I would be out $600. That feels a little bit extraneous right now. $350, again, I can justify because I just got a tax refund. It was a pretty substantial one, and we're gonna get a performance bonus and, like, a bonus, like, to just basically exist in this city. In a role that I'm currently in. And so, like, I can afford to make these kinds of swings every once in a while, which means that, in my opinion, I've realized why, like, things can still feel exclusive, even if they're not technically exclusive. Because, well, when people want specific experiences and something matches the specific experience that they want, nothing will persuade them against to get anything else. Like, again, the PS5 has quality games. I have a larger library on the PS5. I just didn't turn on my PS5. Like, you know, life gets busy. Other games come along, and Game Pass shoves games down your throat like foie gras. For the poor gaming geese, there's just too many games to keep track of on Game Pass sometimes. I haven't even started Harold Halibut. But then again, part of the appeal of the Steam Deck was that I had games that I hadn't touched in 10 years. Because my laptop was not powerful enough to run them. And I had paid $1,000 for it in 2021! I paid for it because I wanted a laptop that worked, instead of my cheapo laptop with a gigantic DVD player and hard drive that...
Oh, I just got warped out of the world. I entered some forbidden geometry.
No!
Let me go find the chest I was carrying and
geometry. Oh, goodness gracious.
Here.
Sakes
right,
alive.
Let me just find... I snuck into the inside of a ledge and the game did not work out.
Oh, no!
Try to find the chest. If not, it's just one chest.
Like, the other thing is that...
It is a good chest, but... Let me see.
You know what I think is that the Steam Deck is going to redefine the hot part of the console wars as the handheld wars again.
Yeah.
And I'm actually excited for handheld wars because then prices are lowered and game prices are lowered and we get more games. Maybe that's the growth market for a bit, which would make sense because a lot of people are used to playing games on their phones. But if a quality handheld comes out, then the Steam Deck has proved that can live alongside your phone. I mean, this thing tanks the, you know, any game that I threw at it. I have not had any performance problems with the performance targets that make sense. Like, Helldivers 2 at 30 FPS is perfectly playable because there's so much going on that the amount of CPU cycles needed to run this game at 60 FPS would probably overheat the shit out of the Steam Deck. Oh crap, I'm on fire. I'm gonna get in the water before I burn up. I have 5 snake, I'm just gonna cook. Anyway. So...
Right, I'm just about done looking for this chest, because it might have just warped out of the world.
Oh, no, I grabbed it. It's on the ship.
Did?
It was a crate of Legendary Voyages, right?
Oh, you got it. Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Alright. Phew. Glad we cleared that up. Anyway, I'm just gonna...
So our final chapter's on Snake Island.
Heh, how fitting. I'm cooking snake. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I keep forgetting, too, that,
Oh, we have a Reaper, by the way.
It's only one snake.
They're kind of close to us, but we're all right. So we're not
we can
they're not
survive.
grade 5.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they're just flying the Reaper's mark.
This is
they're not like they're not emissary.
This is officially the greatest episode in the history of Sea of Thieves SunnyRedemption sailing because, like, how many times can we say that we just found like a whole bunch of loot on the beach and that we got to talk about such cool things that are happening in video games.
Yeah.
Anyway. And it's close to the... Oh.
Yeah, this is not gaming related, but I got a pretty cool award at work.
Oh, cool.
Only a dozen or so, I think it was about a dozen people throughout the whole hospital got it, but essentially my boss nominated me for it. It's like a dedication to caring award.
Oh.
So I had a big ceremony.
Oh, cool.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Congratulations, buddy. You do really good work
monetary.
helping with the administration of the hospital via technology.
Yeah, they especially pointed out because I found a like severe glitch in our alert system to nurses a few weeks ago.
Oh wow.
And it required like basically the entire IT department to be like all hands on deck to fix it.
Huh.
It was a really, really bad problem where if a patient had had a severe issue, it wouldn't have alerted the nurse. And,
Well,
my boss was like, yeah, most people would not have caught that.
yeah, and that was a
Or at least would have
significant
taken
issue
longer
that could
to
have
pick up on
affected
it.
the responsiveness of nurses at the hospital, correct?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes. It was apparently a hospital-wide issue, and I just happened to
This is
catch
the-
it.
Well, it makes sense that you have loyalty to this hospital. Isn't this the one that your mom worked at?
Yes. Hartford Hospital. Yep. So,
And the one that
So
took
that
care
was
of her
the
during the
thing.
pandemic, correct?
yes. Yep.
And she got COVID?
And, yep.
Well, everyone who's joining the stream, give my navigator of the SS Redemption, Kevin, a hand for his award at work for dedication to caring for Hartford Hospital.
So
Congratulations,
they just-
buddy.
Oh, make sure you're, stopping the chest bridge after it explodes. There it goes.
Oh no, I'm sorry! I was about to grab water, I thought I had water, but I didn't! Ah!
I'll help.
This is already the wildest stream that we've had because of this. I'm so
we
sorry!
gotta slow the
This has
ship
now
down.
happened twice and I
Let me
am
just slow
done.
the ship down before we crash.
Oh yeah, okay, well. We had plenty of water to go, but that was a good precaution, especially since we were busy firefighting.
I might die to fire. Yeah.
What? No! You can't do that to me! Okay, well, anyway.
Okay.
I also did something pretty great at work. I was on my A game every time. Like, I made sure that I thoroughly checked everything that I needed to do. And I cleared like 5 or 6 things that we had been delayed on due to my boss getting busy with a pile up of meetings. And like, we have more understanding of how we should talk to each other about my work relationship. That was helpful. But also, I helped edit and create an intranet wiki page that covers a policy. I can't tell you what it is because, yeah, I can't. But
Secret top level info.
no, I don't have top level security clearance in the government. I'm an admin in a government agency, though, and
That's
that
what you would
thing
say
is.
if you had it, you couldn't tell anyone.
Ooh, well, I mean,
Intrigue.
yeah, well, either way I couldn't tell you, so there's no way that I wish, honestly. Because, like, sometimes it's just very hard to understand your impact in a government agency. At least, you know what, I'm really happy for you, because you know what, like, you get to see the results of your work every day when a nurse gets to the
Like,
patient that much faster with the right diagnosis.
Just yesterday, actually, we had a patient that went asystolic, flatlined for 10 sequence.
What?
They got them back, and
Is
then,
that like what people mean when they're technically dead for like a few seconds?
Sort of. So not quite. It's just your blood flow to the heart completely stops for 10 seconds, and then they came back with no external assistance needed,
Okay.
which can happen. But yeah, that was very freaky. But that's a case where it's like, okay, I spotted it quickly and got a nurse in the room
wow.
as fast as I could, and it seemed like it helped. And
Yeah.
then I had another patient who basically started having a lot of weird events with their heart, and it's like, okay. So I actually was following them for a couple days, on the monitors that we have. And over those couple days, because of the stuff we were doing and notifying nurses about, they identified that they needed a pacemaker.
Wow.
And today they finally got one.
Okay. Well, that's very good.
Yep. So that's the kind of stuff that's, worth doing the job for, is catching stuff like that.
Right. And I felt it's weird because I felt with the wiki page that I did a good job because, like, here's the thing. Most of the time, for a lot of valid reasons, I have to have a lot of people review things before I send them out. This isn't a reflection of my performance or anything, it's just that in the government you measure 4 times and then cut once. because any mistake is viewed as, like, possibly disastrous when you're trying to run an efficient government agency that is constantly scrutinized by a bunch of people, such as auditors and such. That doesn't necessarily mean that, our quality of customer service suffers. It just means that things take longer. And I wanted to show that I could do things quickly and well the first time. And you know what? Since I've been messing around with wikis since middle school, that's what I did. I showed them what I could do with the wiki. Like, I could be a wiki admin. I actually think I would like that job, if that's a separate job, like, because then I would be handling wiki code all day. I think we're moving to something else that I also can't say. And no, it's not a classified CIA system or anything like that. It's just a boring Office Enterprise thing that they're gonna make us do to unify everything, but, like, maybe I can find a wiki text to whatever this is wrapper, or to quickly import articles. That might get me some notoriety, because I care about this wiki. I edited 81 articles in 1 year for my agency. I'm proud of that accomplishment, and I think I can obliquely reference that sort of thing, because it wasn't wiki pages on how to assassinate people. I'm not in that government branch, I promise you, but I'm playing along. Well, that's a lot of I see yous from your Therian friend. Thank you. I feel seen. Anyway. So, now, people then ended up, emailing me back and forth with all sorts of little changes that they wanted done, and I quickly composed a thorough email that asked them if this is the workflow they wanted me to do, and then they said yes, and then I did it. Like, the problem with things that inevitably take a long time to review is that it's very hard to see the results of your work being acknowledged, because there's just a lot of time that has to take place between then and doing anything, due to how many stakeholders there are. This is just the nature of government work at a certain point. But, like, at the same time, this is a rare opportunity for me to show that I can take initiative, that I can execute on a quality product, if I'm just left alone for a few hours. You know? Like, that's important too, because then you show initiative and people recognize, oh, DC Shepherd is really good at wiki coding. And writing. And taking notes. And PDF exporting, and presentation making, and event organizing. Like, there's a lot, and networking with people who are going to try to replace me with AI. There's a lot of things that I feel I've shown in the past year that I've been good at. Despite the incredible amount of pain that life has put me through. Between my divorce, my other relationship that didn't work out to go to St. Louis, which my followers know about, and now, where I have another girlfriend, potentially, who will snuggle with me and watch Planet Earth 3 with me and play Microsoft Flight Simulator multiplayer. Because we're that nerdy about planes. Obviously selling this chest too.
Yeah, just get those the hell out
shovel
of here.
makers, exactly. Well, I think we can sell and chat for 10 minutes. I think we've earned that because we made it! No Reapers or anything. Currently eating all of your food. What? Okay. I don't know what that means. Your Therian friend. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about real? This follower of mine said, I'm currently eating all of your food. That can't be in Sea of Thieves because I don't think you're in Sea of Thieves. That also can't be in real life because that would mean you're in my apartment, and I would be very worried about that.
Well, have you checked your fridge lately? You never know.
Oh, I really needed that laugh. I don't know why, but anyway. So, like, I think I've deserved a good job, and I earned myself a Steam Deck. I'm making more money, and, you know, in a moderately sized apartment that's easy to clean. Like, that I will get myself ready to have a very different kind of gaming experience for the entire weekend, which is going to be awesome. While still doing a bunch of writing and research for a separate documentary on the Baha'i Faith, which is going to be polemical, meaning it'll be very critical of the religion, but I'm trying to be positive here because I still am friends with some Baha'is, including one who I talked to whose wife is setting up the Alaska National Spiritual Assembly. So, like, a lot of people in my life are doing well for themselves. And that's really feeling good. What I need is to just, you know, not be trying so much at everything. I tried to get OBS Studio to work, and I couldn't figure it the heck out, but it's got more features. It's just kind of confusing to set up with, like, 10 minutes to go before everything. And then, like, on top of that, I'm writing a book about the effect mixed reality might have on people's minds. I redid my map for my steampunk fantasy story. Fruit crate is not full. Come on. Come off it. I will try and fill it then. Okay, let me take all that. And take... Okay, that's promising. Oh my god. I'm in your apartment. Well, the best part of it being at night is that I have pepper gel. So, you better not really be in my apartment. I don't think that's plausible because I have a fob-controlled elevator and other security features that I would rather not talk about. Obviously, because I don't want to give people my security features. But, like, that fob-controlled elevator controls everything. The fob controls basically any doors that are outside of your apartment. And the outside of your apartment. With a smart lock, that is so stupid. But the thing is, I already posted about my smart lock on social media, so that probably wasn't wise, but this was in the new year when I was like, I have no idea what to do, can someone help me? When the smart lock died, it was New Year's, and I had a bunch of food and a bunch of everything. It was a lot of stuff. And so I ate my dinner on the floor while I waited for the technician to come because I was hungry. And this one woman made it her crusade to make a misery of my life for daring to be a little bit annoyed that I was locked out of my apartment for 35 minutes to an hour. Which, like... but, well, okay. Nobody is in my apartment but me. Don't worry, everybody, I'm safe from any fans that I might be slightly worried are stalkers.
Okay. Anyway. Did we sell everything? Or
I think
do we still
so.
have the fruit crate?
I think we still may have the fruit crate. Let me just double check. We also may still have something on the crow's nest. But like, okay. Alright, seriously, enough with that joke of the in your apartment and stuff, because, like, I've been watching too many horror games breakdown lately. Like, from this one guy who reviews short horror games that are, like, about all sorts of weird topics, like the government locking everybody in their apartment and giving food through the chute for, like, some paranormal reason. And my least favorite, a girl who, like, whose brother gets run over by their family car and his head is replaced with a pumpkin. It is medically realistic. I think you appreciate that because you've been in a hospital, but, like, yeah, no, it gets pretty gross. That's the kind of gross horror that I like, though, because it's actually accurate, and, like, there's a lot of accurate reactions that makes it more scarier. But I would rather not star in in a thing of horror myself, especially not breaking horror. Thank you very much. I am not in the CIA, wink. And I will not fight you with my Xbox controller. I'll whack you on the head with my Xbox controller. I have no other defenses myself, but no. Well, unless I'm a world-class CIA agent. Anyway, so again, it's really cool that you're that you got that award. You really deserved it. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that before I quit the stream,
Yeah,
and possibly make sure my door is locked. But like, then, you know, the other thing is like I have judged my grandfather's care to be insufficient to some degree. It is not my mother's fault. She works her butt off. It's just that her aids need to be... One of her aids needs to be replaced, and if in the event of an aid needing to be replaced... Is Patty certified enough for this? I think I would ask her, yeah. But I think...
There's different... Because I know there's 3 grades of certification for, like, a PCA job, if that's what you're looking for. I know she's not at the highest grade of certification.
But at least as long as she can keep an eye on Grandy, I think my mother would appreciate that. I don't want to get too into personal details because we're wrapping up this stream, but it just... There was a really heartfelt moment there. It just... I think that I can... That if that is the case, then I think my mother would be thrilled to have you. Anyway. Yeah, but... Well...
Don't forget to lower the emissary thing.
Oh yeah, duh, at the Athenas. But... Yeah. We had a great, stream of... Okay, before the last joke from my follower, that won't stop me. Ah! I might need to double lock my door and bar it. No, just kidding. I think I'll be fine. But it was good hearing from you, my friend. I really appreciate all of the cool conversation and loot that we pulled in this amazing stream. The only thing that'll be even more amazing is when April 30th rolls around and we get to show PS5 players what's what.
Yeah, so what day of the week is the 30th? Is that Tuesday?
Let me see.
Right? Today's 26, 27, 20... Yes,
the 30th.
That's Tuesday. Okay, I might be able to make it on that night, because I don't think I'm working Wednesday unless they really need me.
I'll take my time to make sure that, that I can easily do Steam Deck multiplayer, with cross-platform with you, and maybe OBS it, because I think the Steam Deck might have a little bit more raw power than my laptop to run this sort of thing. On YouTube streaming to really, or Twitch to make it a really big event, because that's what it deserves. Anyway, you have a good one, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll plan on Tuesday maybe, or whichever day works best for you.
Yeah, that'll be a really great episode of SunnyRedemption Sailing, and this was recorded for posterity, so enjoy. You have a good night.
All right, see you later. Bye.
See you later. Bye. Okay then, that's the end of the stream, folks, and please don't actually, come looking for me. I don't like to give out my... It's just this... Okay, you're being silly now. Like, I was joking along, but, like, I'm ending the stream now. Because, like, I have nothing more to say right now, because that was an action-packed hour and 18 minutes, or 20 minutes. I think in reflection, it was more important that I talk about, you know, stuff with my friend than gaming. And it was good to catch up on that, but, you know, we're still private people. Please do not dox, okay? Like, actually, just don't even really joke around about that, please. Anyway, you have a good one. Bye.